Well, very active. I was talking to my parents
Right.
up in Atlanta. They said it's pretty rough weather up there.
Yeah, all over the southeast, Alabama, Georgia, South Carolina,
Right.
Kentucky, Tennessee. It's been rough going. We had the bridge collapse a couple days ago up there in Atlanta. On top of that, earthquakes. That's right, one yesterday and another one just to the west of Augusta tonight. Just happened just after 10 o'clock. There was an earthquake that was felt all the way over to Atlanta. It was east of Atlanta, but nonetheless, it occurred there. And they've had tornado warnings there, and now a little earthquake occurring just to the west of Augusta, where the Masters is held. You can see it right there just about an hour ago. So all sorts of things happening up there in the southeast, in Georgia particularly. We've had warm weather here, record-breaking week with highs reaching into the low to mid-90s in places. That's about to come to an abrupt end by tomorrow midday. That front will have moved through. Sea conditions are tough going, folks. Boating out of the question, I think, over the next 3 days. It won't get better until Sunday midday. Now, that was some Kathleen Brunt near the Venice Jetty, and Casey Key, a brilliant sky there with some cirrus clouds being lit up by the sun as it was setting. Weather headlines: strong storms on Thursday morning. The potential for severe weather, winds gusting as high as maybe 60, 65 miles an hour. Small hail and isolated tornadoes not out of the question. Turning breezy and cooler throughout the afternoon. Temperatures typically warm up in the afternoon. They'll be falling throughout the day. And then hazardous boat conditions riding in through Saturday, subsiding by Sunday. Temperatures right now still very warm at this hour. Mid-70s. The Gulf water temperature, too, at 79, a little warmer than average. And that may aid to the development and the intensity of the storms as they approach from the west. 74 in Arcadia, now 76 in Northport, Inglewood at 77 degrees. Satellite and radar imagery showing some rough weather into Ohio, now into West Virginia, now extending down. This is the actual cold front right through Atlanta and then places to the south. Notice the line of the cold front, not all that intense. That will start to intensify somewhat as it gets into the Gulf of Mexico. But this is the prefrontal trough, if you will, out ahead of the actual cold front. And the individual cells are the ones you have to worry about for the potential for turning into possibly some rotation or some circulation that would be identified as a tornado. And these are still a long way off, over 170 miles west of the Suncoast at this time. And it's taking about 30 miles an hour. So you get the picture right around 4, 5 o'clock in the morning. Those individual cells will be close to us, and then the line itself will move through just around sunrise. A tornado watch is in effect for Georgia and into Alabama. Nothing for us right now. No tornado watches or severe thunderstorm watches at this point. We do have a rip current advisory, a small craft advisory in effect, and looks like high fire danger on Friday as a result of the low humidity and strong winds that'll still be around. Future winds showing them out of the south tonight, and then they quickly turn to the northwest and stay strong up to 15 to 20, gusts as high as 25 miles an hour. That's causing some rip currents to be with us, so a rip current advisory will stay with us tomorrow and Friday. I know a lot of beachgoers and surfers like to get out there in the water. Be careful. There'll be quite a few rip currents around. 76 degrees our current temp. Winds are out of the south-southwest at 11. And the high today, another warm day. You can say goodbye to the 80s, though, for a while. We're going to see temperatures well below seasonal averages, and we could use a little bit of rainfall. We're not going to get a whole lot, a half inch, not out of the question. Some isolated areas may see an inch of rainfall, but the line itself should be clearing our area by 10 o'clock. Most of the heavy weather should be out and gone. So our timing will be some isolated cells right around 4 to shortly thereafter, and then the main line coming through anywhere from 6 to 9 o'clock across our viewing area. Small craft advisory I mentioned through Saturday. Northwest winds at 20 knots, seas building 4 to 6 feet. Upcoming tide, a low tide at 5:08 tomorrow morning. Tonight, increasing clouds, some showers developing after midnight, low of 72. And then tomorrow, 70% chance for showers and storms, 75, but that temperature will fall throughout the afternoon. The extended forecast, a return of winter for a couple of days anyway. Highs in the low 70s on Friday and Saturday, and lows in the low 50s Saturday and Sunday morning. Then a quick warm-up after that.